everybody, I'm the Bigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy. Now I'm over here in the barracks. I needed to take a quick nap because the sun was going down as soon as I hit record. Uh-oh, that needs to get fixed. Yep, nice bright morning. Sun should be coming up. I don't see any mobs, and that's a good thing, because we need a nice, clear, open area, because we've got work to do. Now, last couple episodes, I have been fighting with that village breeder and with the iron farm and all that stuff, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to have a nice, easy, simple episode, because there are a bunch of little bitty projects just sitting around. There's all these little things that I've been putting off fixing, like that. Yes, I had a little whoops with the Enderman command block thing that was stopping the Enderman from moving blocks, and I had to go fix that. I don't remember how in the world I messed it up. It might have been when I had that strange crash. Remember a couple episodes ago I had a crash that made it where all my achievements got reset, and I'm suspecting maybe that messed with the Enderman stopper thingy. It keeps the Enderman from moving blocks. But yeah, I got to thinking about it. I'm like, there's all these little projects and things that I need to take care of. So we're going to do that today. We're going to be Handyman Piggy. Oh, forgot to put on my hat. I should have got some leather pants too, so it'd look like I have my workman's pants on. Maybe I can go get some when I go back over there and get me some workman pants. But I came up with a list of a couple of little things that need to be taken care of that I've just been putting off because I've been taking care of the big things. And the big things can wait, because they've been hogging up my time. I thought that cloud was the bird. I'm like, wow, can I see the stork from over here? That would be crazy. But anyway, so the first thing we're going to do today is I need to test something. Wow, I didn't realize that I hadn't pulled all this cobble out. This cobble was here so that I could move villagers over to this spot and drop them down into the farm. And hello, Mr. Pig. How are you today? So I'm going to show you what I had done. Now, from over there, you probably don't notice it as much, but look. See this? Now, from my understanding, building these farms, this is a unary bit type of farm that's down there, that the villagers need to be able to see the sky. And so I went around and I put this ring of glass all the way around. So you can see it comes around over here, comes down in here. And it's okay. I mean, it does the job, but it's ugly. I didn't like it. I didn't like it when I did it. I dug out a huge hole under the ground and then thought to myself, Piggy, what are you doing? So what I want to do is I want to test something. I want to see, does this glass actually have to be here? So what I'm going to do is, and I should have brought something other than dirt. You know what? That'd probably be a good idea. No, we'll just go and do dirt. We're here. Let's do the dirt. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like this. We're going to plug up all the glass. Now, I'm not going to do this all on camera, but I'm going to kind of explain what I'm doing while I'm going through, and whatever I don't get on camera, I'll take care of it off camera. But while I go through today and do all my little side projects, all the little handyman stuff that needs to be done, I'm going to have this world running, and I'm going to have all those blocks blocked off. Now, here's something I'll show you that I do need to do. Because if we're going to do a real test, we need to do a real test. I'll go down here. I'll show you. This is to keep the bad guys out, because zombies would love to get down here and have a free snack. And I hear a zombie. Probably in the wall somewhere. Yep. So, right here, this is how many potatoes have been harvested. And I'm pretty sure a few more are going to get harvested, so you can hear them up there right now harvesting away while I cover up all the glass blocks. Now, once I cover up the glass blocks, I'm going to come down here and empty this out and move the potatoes up to the chest that I've got up here. And that's going to give me, you know, an empty start. And that's going to give me a fair test. I'm going to be able to find out, do the villagers still harvest food, even though they can't see the sun? Now, if they can't, then I'll have to figure out a workaround. I'll probably dig the water out a little bit more on that side. See, from right here, you really can't see it. You really don't notice. Well, okay, right there. I was like, wait a minute, did I cover it all up? You don't really notice it. But I may eventually want to build something over there. And if that happens, we end up over here, you're going to see all this glass. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to do this little test, and I'm going to come back at the end of the episode, and we're going to check and see, did any potatoes get harvested while old Piggy had everything all blocked up? Where does this go? Oh, this goes nowhere. It goes to me being distracted and not staying on task. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go off camera. I'm going to finish blocking this off, and then I'll meet you at the next spot where we're going to work on our next little mini project. Now, man, I tell you what, I made it back over here just in time because old son is messing with me. Now, I managed to get that whole ring covered up, and I got all the potatoes, cleared them out. I'm just going to go ahead and dump them here for now. We'll come back for these because these are actually going to help us with another project that needs to get worked on. I came over here and I had gotten some of these materials, but I saved them because I want to do that on camera. And what else I need to do? I need to work on the cafeteria. There was a little fix that I was supposed to do. Oh, I need to do that too. My gosh, Piggy, you're destroying your world, buddy. You got all these breakages. All these whoopses everywhere. Whoop, just like that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to need 6 glass panes. And I think I've got... Do I have a crafting bench over here? I do. Awesome. Okay. And I think it was this gives me 16, so that's perfect. So we can go ahead and do this right here on camera. We'll just go a little hop over like that. Like that. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, good thing I made 16. I might have miscounted. So now with these glass panes in here, when we walk through here, I can't remember if I put food in there or not. I sure didn't. So let's just go ahead and do that. We'll do that. We'll put a fence post in there. So watch what happens. I'm going to walk through, and it spits the item out. The item gets spit, and if it bounces around, it hits the glass, so it has a better chance of staying here on the pedestal than falling down on the floor. I had a couple actually fell on the floor. Plus, let's come over here. I like the way that looks. That just kind of ties the room together. It makes it look a little bit more like a cafeteria. You know when you go to a cafeteria and they have the glass shields, sneeze guards, I think they call them. You know, so like you sneeze, you don't blow your snot all over the food. Nobody wants to eat snotty food. That's not very good. Oh, but I'm ching. So, we'll go ahead and come over here and put up the glass. Where did I put it? Right here. And I need, what was that, an oak door? A spruce door, maybe? I think a spruce door. And where did I put it? Huh, we'll come over here and get this so I can get a pressure plate. Because what I had done was I'd broken that pressure plate. 2 right there. I think that's how many I need. I had broken that pressure plate when I was trying to get the villagers inside. And for some reason, I just never fixed it. I never put it back. And oh, the sun went down. I forgot about that. So I'm going to go ahead and smack this door down here. Just like that. Got that. So now that is fixed. I'm going to take a nap. And then I'll meet you over at the tree farm for the next project. Alright. So I was over here a couple of days ago just minding my own piggy business. Yeah, not really. I was actually chopping down trees. I was just collecting wood. And I noticed these things. There's like 4 of these here. And I'm like, what in the world are these here for? And then it suddenly dawned on me. I finally remember what it was. Now, I don't know if I had these in the original design or not at these points. But what I had done was I had AFK'd over here one time. And when I came back, I noticed that there was a skeleton way over there just hanging out. And I'm thinking, how in the world did a skeleton spawn in here? All this area was covered in trees, so they couldn't spawn there. And I thought this area was well lit. So I started walking around, and let's see. It may not work right now because of... Oh, it will work. Okay, so right there. See that culprit? See number 7? See how it says Sky 15, Block 7? Since that light level is 7 right there, it's that way at all 4 of those points. Bad guys can spawn there. So I needed to fix that. I created a conundrum and it needed to be repaired. So what I did is I marked the spots by going through, take 4. Oh man, and did I bring some? Okay, good. I brought something that could be considered building blocks. We'll do that. So I had decided, I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm like losing my brain. Yeah, I had decided I needed to come back through and light this area up, because the last thing I need to do is go AFK and just have some bad guys spawn and kill me. All my stuff, you know, maybe it would get collected down there. Maybe it would just fall on the ground and despawn, and I would come back and everything would be gone. That would stink. So that's the next little fix-up project. We're going to add more lamps to this area so that we can make sure that this area is going to be spawn-proof. So I'm going to go ahead and finish doing this. Pop down more of these. And as we come back through here and go check on the potatoes, I'll make sure to walk through here just so you can see what the final project. Huh. You can set those up and down. Okay. Well, let's just do that. Since nobody will ever mess with them except me, we'll just do that. So I'm going to finish this off. We'll run back through here on the way back to the farm at the end, and that way you can see what all the lamps look like. And I am going to meet you over at the cooker for the next project. Alright, so I made it back over here, and I had some potatoes hidden very well from myself. There we go. And grab these. And this cooker is something I built in Season 1, probably within the first 5 episodes or so. Now, it's always had a little bit of a problem. Go ahead and dump these in here. Now, nothing's moving in, which means that the little chest mechanism underneath... Well, how did I leave this open? Wow. Okay, so and this is a little ugly. I need to come through here and come up with a better design, but... Uh-oh. Where in the world is everything? This is not good. This is not good news at all. Huh. Did I mess something up? Apparently I did. Apparently I took something out of here and I don't remember doing it. So anyway, there's supposed to be a hopper, not a hopper, a minecart that has a chest in it. And it comes up here, or it sits down here. It comes up here, it sits down here. It sits right here, and it gets filled up from these hoppers. And when I press the button, the ready, set, go button from up above, it sets this off, sets off the minecart, and it's supposed to come up here. Now, once it comes up here, this comparator does a check on both sides. And what it's supposed to do is, as long as there's items in the chest, this track is supposed to stay switched. And the minecart just goes back and forth, filling up all the hoppers and everything until it's empty. Once it's empty, this check allows this track to switch and go this way. Now, when I built this way back in the beginning of this whole series, I didn't know a whole lot about redstone. I still don't know a whole lot about redstone, but I know more now than I did. What I also didn't know is that tracks act a little funny. Depending on if they are north, south, east, or west when you want them to switch. Sometimes when you add power to them, they will switch one way. But if you was to turn it 90 degrees and make it face, say, north-south instead of east-west, it would switch a different way. So this system has never actually worked 100%. I can get the chest up here, it'll distribute a bunch of items, and then after a while it'll just stop. So what I need to do is I need to kind of debug the wiring. First thing I'm going to have to do is obviously get myself another chest and a minecart. And I'm going to mess with the wiring and figure out why it's not working. So we can get these potatoes cooked, because we need food. I've got this, because apparently I did cook stuff. I totally forgot about it. It's been sitting here for a while. Good thing these things don't spoil, right? Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can figure out that wiring and get it to work and test it. Once I get it working, I'll bring you back and not only show you, oh, we're out of fuel too. We're going to have to get some more fuel. So I'm going to get fuel, get everything going. Once I get it fixed, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what was wrong and what I did to make it right. And then we're going to move on to the next thing. So I'll be right back. There you go. You're doing the right thing and you know it. So this is a whole lot easier of a fix than I thought it would be. Now what was happening was the comparator was pulling a signal and it was sending it to this repeater. Now the reason why I had the repeater is because a comparator it will, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, I'm going to do like this. See how that signal went to 3? Whoa, how did that go through there? That was odd. But the chest also went back. So the comparator is going to measure that chest. Now, as that chest gets closer to empty, the signal coming out is going to be less and less. Now, there could still be items in the chest, but this comparator would only do an output signal of 1 right here, which, as long as there's items in the chest, I wanted the system to keep sending the chest back. So what I decided to do was put a repeater here. Now that means even a signal strength of 1 out of this into the repeater will come out a signal strength of 15, the strongest signal strength you can get. So then what I was doing was I was routing this power, powering this block, and this block powering caused this to switch. So the minecart would come by, it sets off this redstone, that switches, and so what ends up happening is it turns, and it wants to back up. But the problem was that the amount of time it was taking to stay powered, by the time it got up the hill and came back, it would send it on its way. It wouldn't stay powered long enough. So what I did was I made my signal strength longer. But then the problem was that the minecart would come through and it would take longer for the signal to set this off. So it still wouldn't work. So what I needed was a way to get my signal as quick as possible here, so that from this point to here we would have the track switched so we could go up here. But then I need to hold the signal long enough for the minecart to get back over here and go back this way. So what I decided to do was put 2 repeaters like this. Okay. So what happens is we get signal in with full strength. This is going, I don't remember if comparators are counted as ticks. A tick is like a 1 second count. Now, it's not actually a second. It's much quicker than that. But it's how the game measures timing for redstone. So I was going to get 1 tick pulse out of here and then a 1 tick pulse out of here. And it timed it just fast enough where when the minecart comes through here, it hits this, sets off this signal, and this switches. And so we're good. And then back over here, I have another repeater on 4 ticks. And so what happens is both of these are going to get powered at the same time. This one immediately powers the block for the minecart. Now, once the minecart is starting to come back, this will lose its power, but this one's still holding power. So it keeps it powered just long enough for that minecart to come back. So what I'm going to do now that I've got that all repaired and good to go, I'm going to give this a little nudge. You get on your way, sir. And I know that thing's full. And we're just going to watch it. I'll watch it from here. It's going to come over here. And then we'll go watch the redstone circuit. See how it stayed powered long enough? Now it does a double powering because the minecart goes across this sensor twice. Watch, switch. And then it switches again. See? So then we're going to come over here. And we're going to watch. That minecart's going to go through here. And we'll watch the power. See how that immediately powers? And that one waited. And then it stayed on longer. Watch one more time. Power. Back one stays on longer. And then we get the double pulse from when it passes by. So now, this is fixed, which is awesome. Because what I've had to do all of these shows, and you've not seen it because I've been doing it off camera, whenever I distribute items, if I hear the minecart stop, I have to go over and push the start button again. I'll show you the start button. For those of y'all that maybe haven't watched the earlier episodes and you just don't know how this system all was set up. And I meant to do a tutorial for this and I never got around to it, so maybe I should do one of those soon too. But this is like the startup button. This is the button that would start the minecart on its way down there, and I would put items in a chest after I knew that it was full, because you can click right here so we can still see their items in that, in the hopper. There's 2 hoppers down there. We would click that button, it would send it on its way, and see how we can hear the minecart going? Well, if I knew that minecart was full and it went for a few seconds and then it got quiet, I knew that I would have to hit the button again. But now, woohoo, we finally got the rails fixed. So now when I send this thing to cooking, it's going to be a cooking. And look at that. All this stuff is full. And see how this is all full? Well, that's not full, but that's full. There we go. That's getting more. So even if all these furnaces were full, if they're not cooking, that minecart would just keep going back and forth to distribute items until these things emptied. So what I'm going to need to do next is I had designed a way to do a fuel distribution setup. I don't think I'm going to do that in this episode because that's going to be a little more technical than I want to mess with today. But what I do need to do is go get myself some fuel, maybe lava buckets or charcoal, whatever, and fuel this up so we can get this cooking and get this system going. This system's finally going to work like it's supposed to, which is awesome because that has been something I've been meaning to fix forever. So sometimes it's good to just take a break and do some of the little projects. So I'm going to unload some of this mess that I've got, and then we are going to make our way back over to the potato farm and see how our little experiment is going. So I'll meet you over there in just a second. Alright, so I decided to take a weird route to go back to the farm. And that's why. Because I am on the hunt for little spots left by pesky Endermen and all their shenanigans. Look at this, just shenanigans everywhere from the Endermen. They think they're so cool. Look at this. Look at this one block. That one, well, I don't know. With that block with grass on it, it's possible. Because I don't think grass actually spreads in Minecraft. You have to do it with bone meal, or it shows up when the game first spawns an area. So let's go and make our way through here. I'll show you what this looks like now with all of the fence posts in place. Pop up here just so you can see. So visually, it's just a touch more crowded than it used to be. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And the area is now safe from mobs, and that's good. Because we don't need to be going AFK over here and dying. Just so we can cut down trees. Get some food in our mouth, and let's go ahead over here. I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to work out, because if this actually works with the glass covered up, that's going to be awesome. Because that means we will be able to hide this farm a whole lot better. So, let's take a look. Mr. Villager. Okay, so he's harvesting potatoes. That's good. That's a good sign. He's picking up potatoes. And I saw some grow, which means he's planting them. I think he's replanting. I'm pretty sure he is. I don't think they pick up and they don't replant. I think when they pick up, they do replant. And let's go down here and check and see. Now, Now, I took all the potatoes out. So if we've got potatoes, we've got potatoes. Oh, boy, do we have potatoes. So we got potatoes there, which means he was throwing potatoes to his buddy. And we just witnessed him picking potatoes. So that is awesome. That is some good, positive results. That all that can be covered up. So to tell you the truth, I don't know if this open area that I'm making has to be open at all or not. Now, I may go ahead and leave it that way because I've got some interesting ideas of how I want to do this underground area. I'm probably going to add some more auto farms and some stuff like that. But this is fantastic news. And look, see how you can see the little saplings? So he did plant. So that's good. He's replanting and he's throwing to his friends. So that's awesome. That is great. And I know it was nighttime. And I'm in the right place. I'm where a bed is. So, awesome. So here's what I want you to do today for your project. I want you to look around your Minecraft world, and I want you to find some simple little project that you've been putting off forever that you know you should have taken care of. And then I want you to take care of it. And then I want you to take pictures of it, and I want you to send it to me on Twitter. Maybe even give me a quick little story or explanation of what the project was that you've been putting off, that you finally took care of. I took care of quite a few, and trust me, you don't see it on camera, but all these little projects I take care of, they sit in the back of my mind and drive me crazy. So the fact that I got them taken care of is awesome. That's a load off my mind. So sometimes it's good to step away from the big projects and just do a couple little things. So that was a lot of fun. This episode has been a lot of fun. Real easy to do. Hello, sir. Ouch. He knocked me off the boundary, or the ledge with his gaze. So I'm going to look this way. And I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep and go back up to the surface and check on my cooker and cook all the things that I've got, because I've got so many things to cook and now I can. So awesome. And I will see you in the next episode.